Lorenzo, when you graduate school, I want you to get a good job and work your way up the corporate ladder. You went to university to get a degree, and you end up scrubbing cars. Well, that was the encouraging words that my mom said to me when I was just starting a car cleaning business. Let me ask you this. Who here was taught that to be successful in life, you need to do well in school, get good grades, get your degree, get a good job, work your way up, and you're successful? Who here was taught that? Wow. Well, it's very common. And however, 10 years ago, the economy went on a downturn, and that was the Great Recession of 2008, where things went on a decline. And people were selling their homes. Some of the homes were foreclosed. A lot of people lost their jobs and desperate looking for work. And where were you at the time? There was a lot of stress, wasn't it? Who here has experienced struggle during that time, during the recession here? And unfortunately for me, that was just the beginning of my career. It was the beginning of my career in the sense that I was going into the job market, desperately looking for a job because I have bills to pay. I have bills to pay, so in first year university, I tried to find any entry-level position. However, it's really absurd as to what the qualifications were needed to get an entry-level job. So there was one where, you need to have 10 years of experience by the time you reach the age of 22. So kind of like start them young, right? Or even, for another entry job opening, they want you to have 5 years of experience, 6 Olympic gold medals, and have superpowers, and then work wonders. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And who here has wished that it was really easy to get a job like this? So during your interview, when the interview asks you, why should we hire you? Because you're hiring? And yeah, congratulations, you got the job. But in reality, that's not always the case. So I applied to a lot of places, and unfortunately, I didn't hear from many of them, or I got rejected. I got rejected, and I've had enough. So that's when I decided to start my own business and earn money the way I wanted to. And what does it take to be listened to powerfully? Because I started my business at 18 years old with little money, no experience, and not really know how to run a business. Never had a coach, never had a mentor. Well, the one thing I did was stepping outside the comfort zone. And when I was starting off in my car cleaning business, I went to people's houses, going door to door, knocking on people's doors saying, hey, can I clean your car? And now, when people are entrusting you with their car, sometimes some of them are expensive, and you're coming to their door, and you have the bare essentials. You have just equipment, just enough to do the job. Like, if you see in the picture, I don't even have safety equipment. No uniforms either, and no organization, because things were all over the place. But that's what I had. So I had to work with what I had. And so that's why when I started business, I had no money to begin with, no business experience, no business partners either, and no mentor, and had to learn everything by myself. And here's a quote from Elon Musk. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. And as an entrepreneur, that's where it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to take those risks in your life. And I'll share you a story where, as you know, the company Tesla, and I wanted to work with them. So I wanted to partner up with them in the sense that for any Tesla cars that comes into our shop, we want to provide free vehicle charging. But I didn't know how. So this was during the Christmas break a couple years ago, and it was late at night. It was probably about 2 a.m. And I was drunk. I was drinking. So I was drunk, I was drinking, but I was just going around the Tesla website and managed to find a contact box. So, I ended up filling all the information, sent a crazy proposal, and 3 days later, they approved and they wanted to partner with us. What were the odds of that? And you know what? I don't even remember what I said in that contact box. But when one door opens, 3 more doors will open for greater opportunities. So you foster that relationship, and we work alongside, and we have a very good working relationship with Tesla, where we service some of the cars, and they really, really keep us busy. But none of this is possible if you see the big picture. Because sometimes in life, this is where we get too focused, where it's okay to take a step back and take a deep breath and just try to see and reflect the big picture. Because a lot of us here, we have that tunnel syndrome, where we're so focused on our daily lives. Like, I'm focused a lot on my phone all the time, where my phone's everywhere. In the washroom, sometimes we're guilty in that while we're doing our business, we're on our phones. At the dinner table, going out while walking, we're on our phones. I'm guilty of that. And also, we're sometimes too focused on the money, trying to just survive because we have bills to pay. And so that's why you have that laser vision where the greater opportunities is actually right beside you, but you didn't see it. And that's why stepping back and to see the greater picture is good, so you can actually see what's going on from an overall perspective. And let me ask you this. Who here feels free? Who here feels free of obligations, free of worries, and free to do things you want, when you want, and wherever you want, and how you want? Who here feels free? Just very little. And, that's something that I expected anyways, because we're all in jail. We're all in jail because we're jailed to our own routines in our lives, where we sleep, we wake up, we eat, we go to work, we get ready to work, we go to work, do our work, go home, eat, watch TV, or do your own personal activities, usually 5 out of 7 days of the week, where we have little time to do other things or little time to do things out of the ordinary and do something extraordinary. So that's where we are. And we're in jail because we're in jail that we're comfortable in our lives. We're comfortable, we're making good money, and I don't want to step outside my comfort zone to take risks. We're in jail because we're scared of failing. What if next thing I want to do is not going to work? Or people are going to laugh at me? We're in jail because we have no time. We're in jail because we don't care about the other problems in the world. We're in jail because we fear of success. We're in jail because we fear of becoming someone else, where you're worried that you might become different from how you started. And we're in jail because we're just too tired, and I just don't want to do any other things. So, what can we do to live our life at its fullest? Well, what I want you to do, I want all of you to actually raise your hand and hold it up high, like you're number one, and repeat after me. You say, "I am number one." Does that sound number one? Well, let's do that again. I am number one. I will make a change. I will make a difference in the world. Actually, let's all stand up, because I'm not feeling the energy here, and keep holding it up. Keep holding it up. I will make a difference in the world. And keep holding it up. And in order to make a difference in the world, one thing is you want to bring people in your life. Whether it could be employees, friends, mentors, family, acquaintance. Hold it up. Hold it up. Business partners, significant others. These people play a role in your life where they will help you push you to the next level to make a difference in the world. And here's the thing. Success, it's not an easy path, but it's a way we grow, because in order to achieve success, we will also fail, learn how to fail. We'll keep raising our hand up. So usually we think of success that it's a straight line, but that's not the case, because we will walk 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but it's all over the place. And so that's the one thing. Like, we're going to experience pain. I know some of you are already experiencing pain, just like holding your hand up. We're going to experience anxiety, frustration, fear, depression, failure. And if you don't experience all of those, there's no way you can have a legacy. So when you experience those tough times, that's when you can build a legacy. But now, how can you build that legacy? Think about it. Do you know what your legacy is? Because we don't. And then here's what I want you to think. Because at one point in our lives, we'll all end up in the same place where we're gonna die at one point. And if you don't know what your legacy is, write your eulogy. So when you die, what do you want that person to say about you in your life? What have you done now? And then I'm gonna leave you this. So in your life, you're the author of your book. And as the second progresses, you are continuously writing a story in your book. So what will that story be in the end? Thank you.